So hello, welcome to the Everything is Black and White podcast. Hope you guys are doing well and you must go for you. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Just on a lovely Sunday afternoon stroll. The day after Newcastle United got through the next round of the FA Cup. They beat Fulham 2-0 down at Craven Cottage. By the time you probably watch this video, we'll know who Newcastle United have got next in the Cup. I'm hoping for Maidstone that would be the dream tie after they beat Ipswich. But just nice to be in the next round of the Cup. Newcastle United haven't got past the fourth round in quite a while. A few years ago it was Manchester City, wasn't it? I think it was the quarter-finals, but on a whole, everything's been pretty poor in the FA Cup over the last decade or so. Hopefully Newcastle United can go on a bit of a run and who knows, maybe even win it. We have to be honest, it was an awful performance by Newcastle United, I felt. They didn't look like a side who'd had 2 weeks break at all. It was disjointed, especially in the first half. They were giving the ball away far too often. It's like passing around a hot potato, and they were quite fortunate. I felt that Fulham are pretty bad. You know, that was against a good side like Villa on Tuesday, and I think the scoreline might have been a little bit different. And that's the point. You know, it's a great win. You know, and that can hopefully build the momentum, kickstart the season. Because when you do perform that badly and you still win, those kind of results can turn the season for the better. And hopefully that's what it can do for Newcastle United. But then you go straight in that game with Villa on Tuesday. And Newcastle United, like, I don't want to be negative, but if they play like they did against Fulham in the Cup against Villa at Villa Park, then there's only one winner in my opinion. But hopefully what this result does is breeds confidence, and they go down to the Midlands for that Tuesday game and come back with all 3 points, because really it's the league form which now needs to pick up, because it's been terrible, hasn't it? The only win was against Fulham way back, what was it, start of December, something like that, and that was against 10 men. So like I say, good result, poor performance in my opinion, but hopefully you can just give them that something to really restart their season for the better. Of course, the big question is, it's all about transfers. No Miguel Almiron against Fulham. He was ill, and Eddie Howe was quizzed about this in his press conference. If you haven't seen his press conference on all our social channels, Twitter and Facebook, you can go watch the full version on Facebook, or just scroll down on Twitter and you'll see the exact clip that I'm about to talk about. He's asked about Miguel Almiron, and Eddie Howe says he is ill. He's genuinely ill, if that's what you're asking me. Because of course, Miguel Almiron linked to an exit from Newcastle United, the first game since those rumours, and he's not even in the squad. Automatically everyone thinks, well, he must be on his way. It's just a coincidence that he's fallen ill, you would say, but you take Eddie Howe's words at face value, and we wish Miguel Almiron all the best. His missus has on Instagram posted a post. She's wearing a face mask. There's suggestion from some that they might have COVID potentially, so you know, you read into that what you will. But will Miguel Almiron be sold? Well, that's another question Eddie Howe was asked in the press conference. He made clear that he is a big fan of Miguel Almiron. He said, you know, he's kind of a build, he's not underestimated by me. He also said, I want to keep him. And then kind of talking genuinely about transfers, he said, you know, there's a possibility that someone could leave before the window shuts. But he said that in the press conference Friday before this game. So he doesn't think anything has changed in those 90 minutes of football against Fulham. He also said he wasn't really keeping in touch with everything because he's been preparing for the game against Fulham, and of course the Tuesday game against Aston Villa. So that was probably what he'll see on Tuesday as well, or the pre-Villa press conference. He'll say, well, I'm concentrating on the football. I'll leave the decisions to other people. It's going to be interesting though, the future of Miguel Almiron. You guys know I'm a massive fan of Miguel Almiron, the self-proclaimed founder and chair of the Miguel Almiron fan club. But look, I've got a sneaky suspicion he is on his way. I think Jacob Murphy's return to fitness maybe accelerates his exit, but even with that in mind, you have to hope Newcastle, if they are cashing in on Miguel Almiron, have a replacement. And I'm just questioning how easy that will actually be to have ready to go. You know, Morgan Gibbs-White is the big name being mentioned, but as I've said before on this channel, he's Nottingham Forest's key player. They're really going to cash in with a few days of the window remaining, and you know, hope that the players who haven't stepped up so far can step up and replace Morgan Gibbs-White. Not too sure about that. Great player, but look, I wouldn't sell Miguel Almiron unless they've got a replacement ready, even at £25 million, which I think is a fantastic deal. And that's probably why Miguel Almiron's been spoken about more than most, because he's probably one of the only really sellable assets they've got. Talk of Atlanta having a sell-on clause, so they'll be getting a bit of cash. Look, big money deal for Miguel Almirón. It'll be hard to say no, but would you really sell Miguel Almirón if you haven't got anyone to step into his shoes? I think that's a bit of a gamble, considering that Newcastle United squad is already down to the bare bones. And really, it doesn't matter about the price tag. If you've let someone go and you haven't got a replacement, and then someone else picks up an injury. Jacob Murphy didn't look up the scratch, which is understandable since he's been out for such a while. It's going to take him a few games to get up to speed. You sold Miguel Almirón, who, okay, I know he's not everyone's cup of tea. He needs to score more, needs to create more, but you know, his work rate, his effort is unquestioned, unrivaled, I would say. It would be a big loss if they did sell him. But let me know in the comments what you would do. Would you cash in on Miguel Almirón even if they didn't have a replacement? Like I say, I'm not a big fan of that plan. Now the other one was Jamal Lascelles. He wasn't part of the squad against Fulham. Picked up a tight calf, I think, is what Eddie Howe said. He's been linked to Besiktas. Now Eddie Howe said he wasn't aware of any interest, which again, you take Eddie Howe's words at face value, but we understand, you know, the Turkish side are interested in him. He's out of contract in the summer. I've done a video below this saying why I would keep Jamal Lascelles. Again, when you look at how many days remain in the window, it's all about, have you got the body to cover his exit? I'm not sure Newcastle United have. You know, at the end of the day, this squad is so low on numbers because of all the injuries that just letting players like Lascelles and Almirón go, even if you bring in a bit of cash, I'm not sure it's worth the gamble. Others will say, well, when are you going to get 25, 30 million from Miguel Almirón? Are you going to get that in the summer? Probably not, probably not. So that is where you've got to get the balance, I guess. Let me know in the comments what you would do. Would you let Jamal Lascelles go? Would you let Miguel Almirón go? And who would you replace them with as well? Would you like Newcastle to go into the market? Is there time to go into the market and replace these two players if they do indeed go? Or, as Eddie Howe was asked last night, if you have the opportunity right now to shut the window down, keep the players you've got, not bring anyone else in, would you rather do that? Do you know, I think I probably would until the summer, and then you can open for business and hopefully bring in 2 or 3 absolutely class players. But get into the comments, let me know what you would do with the remainder of the window. I've been Andrew Musgrove. This has been Everything is Black and White podcast, and we'll catch you guys very soon.